Hey guys, what's up? Dan here again with another video. I had a spare moment in between studying for midterms where I thought I would just make another video, record my two latest attacks in war with Reddit Lite. So a couple things before I actually show you the attacks. One, I gotta say thank you to everybody in all my clans for the positive feedback that you gave me on the last video. It's really encouraged me to make more, and I'm excited to make some more videos. Eventually, once I figure out the audio and maybe add music or something like that, I'm going to get into doing maybe more extensive war recaps for Reddit Lite and SAG. So yeah, it just depends on how fast I get moving on that. But anyway, without further ado, this was the last war that we just finished with Reddit Lite. Um, it looks like on the enemy's side they didn't try very hard, but I'm still proud of us because we got 54 stars. That's a lot. We're on like a pretty good streak here. Um, so my two attacks in this war, one of them was against this Town Hall 10 at the top, and I'm going to show you that later because it was a heartbreaker. But first, I'm going to show you the second attack that I did in that war, which was on number 9, which seems like I was dipping pretty low, but I mean, it was the end of the war, like last 2 hours, I want to say, and I was cleaning up anyway. So sometimes you have to dip a little lower. So this base, it's Town Hall 9, obviously. There's Expos and Archer Queen, all the defenses and everything, but they're pretty much Town Hall 8 and below leveled. So it was a pretty easy base, but I'm still happy with it, with my attack. Before I go into it, there was a couple mistakes I made. Like my hog deployment could have been better. I was going for a surgical approach, and it didn't work out as well as I hoped to, but I still got the 3-star, and I was really happy with my heal deployments and with my kill squad. So I'll show you here. First thing I'm going to do is on Town Hall 9 attacks, I always just put in 1 or 2 hogs to lure the clan castle. And on this particular base, I used both poisons to take out the clan castle troops. Normally, I would save 1 poison to take out, to partially damage the clan castle and then save 1 for skeletons. But my logic behind this was, since the defenses are low leveled and they won't be doing that much damage to my hogs, that I didn't have to save a whole poison just for skeletons. So then I come in from the eastern corner here, and I set up my kill squad, make sure that my funnel is really wide, and I break into 2 separate compartments. Now, one of my first mistakes here is I kind of messed up with this jump spell. I originally intended to make it go into the Archer Queen compartment and as well let the bottom golem jump up into the compartment with the Tesla, but it doesn't matter. They just redirected anyway, and my heroes went to the core, which was the most important part. And you'll see right over here, my king and queen are slowly like taking out the enemy king and the enemy queen, which is good. And then I start my hog deployment. Now this is where it kind of screws up. I tried to do surgical, but a lot of my hogs went towards that bottom cannon. And I knew that this area right here was going to be the double giant bomb because I've seen this base a lot. And this is actually a terrible double giant bomb spot because you almost always trigger 1 at a time. And then obviously that's not doing its job because you're supposed to trigger them both at the same time. And then that's what kills the hogs. That's what you're supposed to do in your defenses. But so I knew that was a double giant bomb. So I made sure to trigger the 1 bomb and then put a heal there. I was a little late on the heal, but I saved the majority of my hogs. Only a couple of them died. And then the rest of the hogs are going in. And this is where they're converging but also spreading out pretty well, so they're covering a lot of the defenses. And at this point, I started losing hogs from spring traps, which is always trouble. And I always usually panic and just start throwing down heals whenever I'm losing hogs, but I was really patient this time and saved my heals. And that's the part that I was most proud of for this attack. And then they go after the last couple defenses as my golem distracts them. Queen is still up, even has her ability, which is awesome. So at this point, I put my last 2 cleanup troops at the bottom, and it's a done deal. So I'll just fast forward through the cleanup here. So yeah, it was a fairly weak base compared to like my heroes and troop levels and everything, but I was still pretty happy with the outcome. Every time I beat a base with hogging, I'm kind of proud of myself because it's one of those strategies that you almost never fully perfect. So happy about that. And now, second attack. This one is depressing. Town Hall 10, 98% 2-star. So if we go in here, looking at this base, you probably think, Well, yes, that's a rushed Town Hall 10, so of course you did really well. But the thing is in war, when you have a CC to deal with, you have two heroes to deal with. Inferno Towers, as a Town Hall 9, the base is still intimidating, regardless of the other levels of defenses. So I was originally just going for 2 stars because a Town Hall 9 getting 2 stars against a Town Hall 10 is perfectly fine. But then you'll see in the attack. So just like my other attack, I dropped some hogs in. I luckily got a giant bomb. I didn't even know that was going to be there. But again, I used both my poisons to take out the CC. One, because I'm not hogging, and two, I don't really need to worry about skeletons when I'm using GoWiWi. So as this dragon goes down here, I earthquake that compartment, and I knew that because I was using GoWiWi, oh crap, almost sped that up too fast. I was going to want to have as wide of a funnel as I could possibly have, so I broke them in the entire southeastern side. And then my first mistake, I think, in this attack was my witch deployment. I made them pretty spread out. Now, it worked out alright in this attack, but I feel like if more witches went towards the center of the base, I would have done better. Well, and by better, I mean the extra 2%, which is stupid, but yeah, so let's just play it out. So now that I've made my funnel wide enough, and my golems are kind of spread perfectly, the heroes and some of the witches are going towards the center. So it locks onto my king, the single target Inferno, so I use my freeze that Town Hall 9s now have, and that was perfect. I saved my king and got rid of one Inferno tower. And then at this point, I was a shoe-in for 2 stars, and I noticed that I had a lot of troops left, and I was like, wow, there's a chance of a 3-star. Awesome. So at this point, the attack just kind of plays out. There's nothing left to do on my part because witches just kind of roll bases once they're deployed. But if I speed this up a little bit, you'll see how close I got in this attack. And there's a couple critical moments where I feel like if I was a little more patient, I would have got the 3-star. So right here is one of them. Basically, I try and hold on to my queen's ability as long as I can, but this time I was getting hit by a cannon, and I popped my queen's ability. Actually, you know what? I was kind of nervous about when to pop that, but I think that was the best chance because the cannon would have sniped her. But anyway, regardless, she now goes and gets hit by the cannon as my Golemite's sitting there doing nothing. And now the base is almost destroyed. I have 2 witches and a bunch of archers and 2 defenses left. Now, if this Golemite had gone around with the rest of my troops, there's a chance I would have got the 3. There's a whole bunch of different factors that would have contributed to me getting the 3, but I didn't. So you see the witches take out this Dark Elixir Drill. And had the skeletons gone around the outside of the base with the witches, I would have got it. But then you just see right here, there's a giant bomb, and the rest of my troops just get sniped. So that close. A Town Hall 9 attacking a Town Hall 10, and I get everything down but 2 defenses. So that was pretty depressing. But like I said, 5 out of 6 stars in this war, so I was pretty proud of myself. Anyway, thank you for watching. Hopefully next video I'll have music and or game audio, and then I'll try and figure out some ways to do more extensive war recaps, show off other people's attacks too. I'm just showing mine right now while I get a feel for the recording, because it takes a couple times to warm up to it. But anyway, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you in the next video.